This is special episode, Binary Essentials. And of course, it's always me, Anthony Paez, crypto amateur. And I have a special guest. This is a test. I'm testing it at this moment, but we think we got it. So hopefully we do. One is on the other side. I don't know if you can see him or is he sharing my screen and you're showing myself at the moment. So we're still testing this, but hopefully it comes out.
You should be able to see me like small. You're gonna see like a small version of me on the recording.
Uh-huh. Well, I see a small recording of myself, and I see you screen capturing.
Yeah, but it's
So,
whatever I'm recording is gonna show that, not your side. Whatever's on mine.
okay. So, you should introduce yourself, testing wise.
You're gonna.
That's my brother right there, and he has the more invested capital, and he's been in the space for a while. And he's since well, you introduce yourself,
All right.
if we could see you.
Yeah. So I started around 2013, just when it started spiking. When it spiked, the huge spike, it, like went to 1,200 or so. And what was you introduced me to it? My brother, told me about it a little bit before maybe November, October in 2013, and right away it resonated with me. I was like, this is something that I've been trying to hunt for. I was looking for on the by myself privately, and then you basically announced something that was very prominent with something that I needed. So the very next day, it struck me like that. The very next day, I just wanted to start mining it, to learn about it, to start seeing how the industry works and reading articles and stuff like that. It's just I just try to digest whatever I could. So the next day, I ordered a little small USB mining machine. I got it. I learn how to work it. I had to do DOS prompts and all this kind of technical stuff. Then that was not enough. I wanted to buy even bigger one. I started buying huger ones, investing even more money. And I'm not gonna mention the amount, but there was more heavier amounts. And I got those machines. I got them up and running, and the whole experience was a good thing to me. Even though I kind of lost money, I still gained experience and knowledge, and which is the main goal to learning stuff. But as when I started, I was a novice. I was mining Bitcoin, and I was mining other more what they call pumping duck coins, because I didn't know what I was doing. When everybody starts getting into something, they're not experts. They just novice. So when I started doing all that, you know this is when the price started rising, and then the Mount Gox hack occurred at the same time. And then I was I was not discouraged about the environment. I was just saying, oh, I need to learn more. I haven't learned much. So I started seeing, oh, mining other coins, because I thought Bitcoin was not the only thing. And the Bitcoin, because of what happened, I can't really trust it, or I'm not understanding it that well. So let me look for other places where I could try to either mine or invest. And to cut the story short, it all led back to Bitcoin all over again. Bitcoin is the biggest mover, the biggest industry, the biggest scaling. What's it called? The security is the highest. So at this point, now I'm back to Bitcoin all over again, after
Yeah.
stumbling and bumbling through all the other coins. And
Well, yeah, I see
I
what you're saying.
yeah.
Um, we should start talking about something like that's interesting. More, that was a good explanation. just not my boring face, because I want to get more guests and different people on in the Hangouts. We're testing this on Hangouts, Google Hangouts. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the we should start talking about decentralized exchanges because they're becoming really important and to definitely store your currency on yourself, your primary device or your secondary device, um, or any hardware wallet, stuff like that. Anything interesting like that because um, we want to focus on the new form of reminding people how to keep their money safe because central exchanges are just a risk that after a long time of how the industry is growing so far, it really feels like those things are changing, and it's because it's still a young and experimental thing, and it's funny how the history is how things are changing quickly. So, what kind of wallets do you primarily use, or I talked about my wallets briefly, but what kind of wallets do you like to use to store your money?
Well, I encourage everybody to use hardware wallets. They're the best in terms of security and usability because hardware wallets are essentially cold storage, but it's you can utilize it. It's still the process of getting the coins out is going to be seamless. Not like a paper wallet with a cold storage. You kind of have to always take out all the coins and then spend it. It's more of a tedious task. And the specific the specific wallet that I use is either I don't use one specific. I use Coinomi, which is a
Well, I think it's your favorite, we're always trying new wallets. We're always, I like testing software doing that. So there's a lot of times I enjoy just messing around with software and hardware. That's the daily. It's always a perception. And a new device in my hand, it just makes me want to review it or test it out.
yeah, exactly. So like the wallets that are the most like famous are like Coinomi. There's one called Greenbits. There's one called Green Address. There's one called uh, Mycelium, and there's a hardware wallet called Ledger Wallet. That Ledger Wallet you can use it with famous apps that like Greenbits and Mycelium.
Yes.
And the whole time that device has no internet connection, so uh, it's never it's not susceptible to somebody connecting onto it unless they're right next to you. And the only people that are next to you are your friends. And not only that, it's still security. There's still PIN codes on it, and there's a two-factor authentication on top of that. So unless unless the person unless you gave the person the information, that's the only way that individual can take any of that funds from that account. And Green Address is the by far the most secure mobile wallet because there's no other wallet that gives you two-factor authentication. That is the only one that I've seen. Maybe there's other ones. Hopefully, I discover those. But as of right now, Green is called Green Address. That Green Address and Green Bits. They're the two most securest mobile wallets because they have two-factor authentication on it. And
Okay. That seems like good information. And I don't want to cut you short, but we are on a timer. Do you you said you started testing out BitSquare.
yeah, let me share the screen. So Mt. Gox and all these exchanges like Cryptsy and BitPay, I think got hacked a little bit for some of its funds. All of these are vulnerable things that are in the Bitcoin industry and things that are now that people are noticing that and they're starting to build decentralized exchanges. And the decentralized exchanges, there was there's not really one. There's some of them out there. Like the closest equivalent to it, one is I would say Shapeshifter, but they still it's out of your hands at some point, and you only could trade currency, cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency. You can't get fiat into the mix. It's just cryptocurrency. So right now there is a company. Well, I can't call them a company. They're a software developer, and they're developing open source software. Is a decentralized exchange, and it's actually you can actually use it to right now at this moment. It's called BitSquares, and let me try to share it. Share screen. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be coming out on your side. Well, here we go. Okay, now I'm gonna share it. All right. So essentially, this is how it works. You have a market, which is right here. You see the tabs on the top left corner.
Let me see it.
We have the market here.
Yeah.
We have the buy tab. We have the sell tab. We have the portfolio of like stuff that you did, the trades you have currently open, and the offers you have open, the history, and I'm gonna show you the rest of this other stuff. Let me just get into more of. I'm gonna just show you how the buying side looks. So if you wanna either buy or sell, they're right here. These tabs on the these buttons on the bottom. Either I want to buy or I want to sell are on the bottom. So you pick either one. I'm interested in buying, for example. You go to I want to buy, and these are these are the current things or you could buy from other individuals, and these are the payment methods that they're willing to accept. You could pick a lot of other ones. It's not limited to just this, and I'll show you in a little bit what I mean by that. But you can categorize what's being offered at the current moment. You can see that there's there's 5 offers. There's 3 of perfect money, and there's 2 of okay pay. And you could also change it because right now I currently have only US dollar, so you could change it to show all, and then much more will pop out because you can see now they have other currencies there. They have SEPA, which is like the equivalent of like wire transfer, but like in the European Union, and this one is CH, which is the Swiss franc. And
Okay.
and then you have another one. This is a national bank. I'm pretty sure it's Swedish franc right here. And if you start to deal with the guy, he'll give you the information. Somebody wants to trade with Ethereum. That's the third one down. Somebody wants to trade for euros in OKPay, and on and on. And this is a whole list. And there's British pound. There's SEK. I think that's the Swedish krona. I think it is. And that's essentially it's not exactly how a centralized exchange is, but it's you can see more or less you're dealing directly with the individual. You're not dealing with an exchange. You're picking
Okay.
you're picking the method, which is where you have your funds at, and then you're sending it. You're creating the order here, and then
Oh, okay.
so essentially this is a wallet. This Bitch Squares is a wallet as well.